Hi, I'm Nico and welcome to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to talk more about the Grace custom diorama that I did a couple weeks back. I wanted to share about my thought process behind that build a bit more deeper with you guys. For those new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. And just so you know, this particular kit was chewed up by my beagle. Legs were chewed off and a part even went missing. So instead of the usual snap building on the beginning of most videos, you'll see that I am instead fixing up the damages. I remember the fixing part took me about 3 days. One of those days was me procrastinating since I didn't even know what I was doing. After that part was done, I started detailing. For this build, I tried to tone down on my detailing to get it done faster, but I think it still took me around 5 days to finish. My dad always tells me it's fine to not scribe so much if I'm going to do a diorama anyways. But I just can't resist not adding or removing details on a kit. I feel like I did nothing if I left it as is and just painted. It's just not as satisfying for me. After some scribing and flat plating, I also added some battle damages on this kit, just enough to make it seem like it's in the middle of a fight. If you've seen my other builds here and on Instagram, you'll know that I tend to do bright and colorful custom schemes. Very rarely do I paint the anime colors or do dark serious colors. I guess I just lean more towards the colorful side instead of the always gray, white, and black color scheme, which I still find pretty, just not my style. For this build, I went with yellow just because I haven't done one of those before. The color scheme worked out great against the building diorama and made the kit stand out. I have always loved dioramas that I tend to focus on working on them most of the time. In fact, sometimes I enjoy working on the bases a bit more than the actual kits themselves. As much as I love it, I can't always make one due to how much work and time it takes. That's why this was the first Gunpla diorama that I've done for this year. This being my first diorama in a while, I really enjoyed working on it that I finished it in just 3 days. Also, no hate to my dad, but the idea behind the diorama was simply because I wanted to make a better, more dynamic version of my dad's build. I'll put the link below of his diorama. With dioramas, I like to convey a story behind it, and to help do that, I also don't do the typical action poses and stuff like that. And I think I did a good enough job posing this one. You also saw some clips of me sketching out some rough shapes and planning the angles, because personally, angles and lines are important. It helps guide the eyes to where you want them to look, and it also helps you see if there's any white space that needs to be occupied. So with this build, every angle you look at it, you'll see some action happening. The building was primed in black, then I added some post shading to give it more depth. I did not really do anything special while painting the building. Just some dry brushing and washes was good enough to make it seem realistic and to my liking. I also made use of some pigments and rust paints to give it a more weathered, apocalyptic look to it. My most favorite part about this build is the manhole. Yep, not the kit, not the building, not even the train and truck, but the manhole. I just loved how it turned out, and I feel that it just adds more to the diorama, making it seem more detailed than it really is. Of course, I still like the train and truck, but they're really just there to help give a sense of scale and make the overall diorama look full of action. Overall, I quite like how this build turned out. This is actually my first time making a building diorama, since I mostly do terrain and river dioramas, so this was a nice change. I actually entered this on the Gunpla Builders contest, but for some reason, it wasn't accepted. They couldn't tell me the exact reason and I don't recall breaking any rules. Oh well, I guess I'll just have to wait for GBWC instead of trying to enter their online contest. That's it for today's video. My latest build was a bit too ambitious, and so I wasn't able to finish it on time. Fingers crossed I get to post it soon though. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe and watch my other videos.